2.5 months or so. They've met 3 times since the middle of July. Now in the first 2 encounters, both players produced averages in excess of 102. Petersen averaged 113.5 in a 7-6 defeat by Gerwyn Price when they met in the semi-finals on the Summer Series. And then earlier this month on the Autumn Series, Petersen averaged 107.6 in a 6-2 win. When they met in the final, they didn't quite produce those numbers, but it was still one heck of a contest, and they still produced a significant number of 180s as well. I think we're in for a treat here, I really do.
I hope we haven't spoiled it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've given it the big gun there, haven't I, really? But
we both have.
this will not be tame. I mean, I'm absolutely convinced of that. This
will not be.
This will not be a tepid, touchy-feely encounter. This will be all guns blazing, no holes barred, big scoring, big numbers. And Devon Petersen rattles in the first 180 of the match.
Will be the last one of the leg.
60.
I can't imagine this is going to be anything like a chess match, Rob. More like a dust-up. They both respect each other in equal quantities. But they understand that this is a darts match that they want to win. 10 for tops. Has to move. That first flight is in his road. Oh! Timid? Way not likely.
Devon to throw first. Game on.
Well, Gerwyn Price, I mean, you've got to consider him. He is the second favourite, or at least he was before the tournament started. But for many, I think he will be the tournament favourite
57.
because of everything he's achieved of late. Winner of the World Series last weekend, winner of the Grand Slam in both 2018 and 19, a finalist in last year's European Championship.
59.
Terrific on the Autumn Series. Beat Petersen in one of the finals, beat Krzysztof Ratajski in another. Made the final of one of the Summer Series events as well. And I think those players who finished above him in the Premier League standings will be grateful and perhaps relieved that Gerwyn Price didn't make it through.
I wrote that exact same line about a week ago. Because if he was in that 4, he would probably go in as favourite. Another maximum from Devon Petersen. And before this match began, they had 368 180s between them this season.
Well, this is it.
Try and get that round your head. 162 maximum on the 18s from Price.
I mean, Petersen produced 75 in the Autumn Series alone.
Oh,
that's 5 days.
It was ridiculous.
15 a day.
15 a day.
I mean, some days actually he didn't manage it.
140 out. Oh! He loves a 140 out. Especially when he's busted the previous shot. One of the most comical shots of the Autumn Series. Didn't have to bust it this time, but that gets him the break. This is a great game so far.
Yeah, he's got the break, and I've got to say, Devon Petersen hasn't done a great deal wrong so far, but he knows what Gerwyn Price is all about. You've got to be at it, and you've got to be relentless from the word go. Because Gerwyn Price is just not giving anybody the chance to breathe at the moment.
Every dart player, and indeed every sports person, will have a picture on their wall and say, that's the person I'm after. Well, right now, if Devon Petersen needs someone to inspire him even more, good trickery. Oh, and for my next trick, ta-da! I think that Gerwyn Price is a real inspiration for Devon Petersen, and they like to dust it up.
59.
Yeah, 2 similar statures on stage there right now as well.
What I will say, everybody watching at home, especially the young ones, don't try that at home. He is a trained athlete.
99.
Don't want to get that wrong. You might have a dart sticking out of your hand.
But you look at what Price did in the Premier League and Milton Keynes in amongst all of that. You know, he beat Gary Anderson twice, he beat MVG, he beat Peter Wright as well. Well, Gerwyn Price is in a commanding position in this third leg once again.
Second game in a row where those flights have been used. Northey was using them too. Price for tops. Nice lie. Even better now.
20.
Well, Petersen might need something like this 105 just to get him into the game, and it might make him raw.
Yeah, you just sense the longer it goes on where he hasn't got a leg on the board, then it might be just that little bit detrimental. Double 16.
73.
And this could be an issue because, like I say,
20.
he's not playing badly at all, but he's on the verge of finding himself 3-0 down. And he is 3-0 down. Double 10 for Gerwyn Price. Devon Petersen's averaging 102, but he's halfway to being dumped out.
He knows all about averaging big numbers and losing to Price. That game at the Summer Series had everybody dizzy.
Yeah, it was terrific stuff. They've never met on the European Tour stage, these two, by the way. Although not a surprise, given Gerwyn Price is a relative newcomer.
Well,
let's not forget that.
Looking at the stats from the 180 count anyway, I worked out that on average, when these guys are playing, there should be 3.15 180s in this match.
Yeah.
100.
Well, we've had 3 already. We're averaging 1 a leg.
96.
Price is making the game look very simple right now. He's in a great place when it comes to the rankings, financially. Life is good.
51. Devon, you require 170.
He's going to be a huge problem for people at the Grand Prix. So is Petersen, because he's making his debut there after narrowly missing out on the match play earlier this season.
Mervyn King took this out earlier today. Can Gerwyn Price. He might just do so, you know.
145.
Boy, that looked good.
Devon, you require
and that would have been for a second break of throw as well. As it is, Petersen, well, that's too good. 15 he needs now. Double 4 then for his first leg on the scoreboard.
57.
And this is just becoming a little bit of an issue now, isn't it?
He needs a miss from Price here.
He's getting into position, but as soon as he's missing, he's really fearing the worst, and I think he's fearing the worst again here. Double 12 for Gerwyn Price for a 4-0 lead.
That was close to the 18.
Double 6. Ooh, well, that's off for Devon Petersen.
Devon, you require.
Well, that makes things interesting. Double 2, he's good at double 2. Usually.
It's not there, is it?
You require 6. Game shot.
4-0. Doesn't seem like a 4-0, but it is 4-0.
Game on.
You don't see Price down on double 3 very often.
And Devon Petersen looks a little bit befuddled by all of this. 0 from 5 on his double so far. Yeah, 30 of those 75, by the way, were on the penultimate day. So I said it was an average of 15 a day, but there were some days where I think he only hit 2 on one day, but he had a glut of them on day 4.
One very famous leg, he got 2 in the same leg, and then he had the 1-4 one after. And of course, when it comes to averages as well,
87.
very, very healthy for these two. They're in the top 4 the entire year, but quite a plethora of finishes there. Everything from double 3 to that 140 out from Gerwyn Price. It's hard not to get excited, Rob, when these guys are playing.
60.
Yeah, great to watch. I think if Devon can just get 1 on the scoreboard, I think he could just kick on a little bit. But it's proving a tall order because Gerwyn is just, as we know, he just doesn't let go.
Yeah, he's hit him
so
hard
hauling
early.
back from 4-0 is just a really difficult task these days.
29.
Well, that's a rare thing these days from Gerwyn Price.
Well,
maybe
Petersen's got a great chance here.
100.
Disappointed with a ton there.
Yeah. Thought he could have got down to something a little bit more manageable.
See, the angle of entry of both darts is very upright.
48.
And Price misses the 25 to leave the 170, so Petersen has breathing space.
Yeah, and he needs it as well, I think, the way he's been finishing so far, 0 from 5.
64.
It's a little bit edgy, isn't it, from Devon? A little bit nervy.
Feels like he needs a leg on the board just to set himself free a bit.
I think so, yeah.
59. Devon, you require
I think this
77.
has to be his moment because Gerwyn Price, 29, 48 and a 59.
Tops. Come on, he says.
Yes,
Gets it right in the middle.
Devon Petersen. 6 leg.
Now we'll
Devon
see if that has an
front
impact.
first.
It's a break of throw as well, that for Devon Petersen. Let's not lose sight of that. But that was simply the leg where he had to capitalise. You look at the scoring there: 60, 29, 48, and 59. If Petersen hadn't won that leg, I think that would have been it.
You know, a lot of people have been talking about the manufacturer change factor in 2020, but they've been harping on about certain individuals, and what hasn't been talked about is that Petersen has moved to a different manufacturer. He had the same one for the best part of 10 years.
Yeah.
Moving to a different one has given him license to use different kit, and it has made such a difference for him. Well, that was pretty predictable. Because Price is going to do the same, is he? Nope. But he does do the right thing going to the bull. Does Devon get a shot at that segment?
18s. And once again, he needs some below par visits from Gerwyn Price. I think Gerwyn Price may have already used up his below par visits. 97 away, that leaves tops. Takes a moment as is customary. And that is a beautiful, beautiful check out for Gerwyn Price. There was a lot riding on that. You just sensed that maybe Petersen was about to just force his way back into something resembling contention, but Gerwyn Price just with a little reminder of who's in charge and a reminder of who's one of the top dogs right now.
There are lots of people on social media who do not like Gerwyn Price. I understand that.
Well, I don't actually. Well, I mean, in terms of what?
Well, people are just fickle, aren't they? But when you look at the way he's performed in this game, he has not
81.
done anything wrong, really. He's had a little bit of a blip in there, but that 116 to close Petersen out and stop that charge, that for me tells a very, very big story as to how classy he can be throwing these arrows at the board. He's a very talented individual.
125.
The knee came down on that shot. You see that?
Yeah, I think he's a talented individual and a great advert for the game and a great advert for what can be done in such a short space of time.
57.
If you put your mind to something. I think he's a terrific individual, a terrific player, and a great example.
Who's to say that Price and Petersen won't draw each other in the first round of the Grand Prix? Yes, I did just say that. That cutthroat best-of-3 set format at the start.
Well, if they do, Petersen will need to find some form with his doubles, because when he has had chances today, he's not taken them.
How many times has he hit that hole in the 60? Go on, leave 3.
159. Have been required 40.
Well, it may well be that neither of these two produce a ton plus checkout today, but it's another good heavyweight contest between two really watchable players, really enjoying this. The winner of this, by the way, to face Rob Cross in the last 16 tomorrow.
Yeah, he was quite useful this afternoon.
Price and Cross is one of those encounters. It's becoming a real fixture, isn't it? Not quite El Clasico, but certainly
be a rematch of the European Championship final. And that is a game that I think kept the Iceman up for a few days. Here we go!
5 180s now for Devon Petersen. 6 in the match.
It's probably
42.
the match that is most likely to yield a 9-darter at this point in time.
100.
It's often the way that the matches that are most likely never do, and yet it's the Dragutin Horvats and the Mervyn Kings and the Richard Norths of this world that
Devon, you
produce
require
those
120.
Oh, we've had 2 missed
moments of
tonight.
magic.
Richard North missed double 12.
Bullseye here for Petersen.
89.
Sensible.
Didn't need to with Price on 182. Just thought he might have had a go at it just to, I don't know, get the crowd going. Get himself going again.
Game isn't over yet.
Playing his percentages though, so he's clearly still very level-headed out there, despite the fact he's up against it. And well, 5-1 becomes 5-3. Not quite a different ball game just yet, but it's more promising, shall we say?
Well, that final at the Autumn Series that these guys played, it was Petersen who was hugely in front and lost it. Can he get revenge? Oh, this is such a good game. How can you not smile watching this?
Is that 9 180s in this match now?
Of course it is. It's going to be more.
140.
Going to get one here.
I think I might be getting. It's 8. Sorry, I'm getting carried away.
All aboard the 180 train.
140.
Yeah, it is 9, by the way. So that would have been double figures had that gone in.
99.
That's the record, isn't it, for an individual in the European Tour match? 10?
Yeah, I think we could be nudging towards it if these two can just keep on stage for a little bit longer. I think it may be one that goes.
He's left 46 after 9, and he might not be back.
Tops for Gerwyn Price for a passage into the last 16 and a meeting with Rob Cross, and that was a long way away.
Devon, you require 46.
And Devon Petersen for another break of throw, looking at 46. Which way is he going to go here? 14 for 16s. Given the way he's had some joy down there.
That's a shocker. That is not. Wow, what a dart that was. That big javelin was in the way. He steps to the left and finds the top portion. What a shot.
Game on.
Well, I said at the outset, the fact that these two have met 3 times since the middle of July, I think it really does lend itself to the fact that we were always going to get that element of momentum carrying on, and they've certainly delivered. It did look as though Price was going to run away with it at one stage, but 5-1 down, 5-4, look at that. 14 darter, 14 darter, 59. And then the 12 darter.
All these little rivalries that we have in the game right now, and most of them involve Gezi. As Petersen gets another one, double figures, there you go.
Yeah, 7 for DP, 3 for GP.
The pattern at the Autumn Series, and I was commentating with Chris Murphy at the time, was Petersen constantly leaving something in the 81 range after 9 all the time.
65.
Not quite got there this time, but the scoring prowess is just so good. And he's looking to take this to leg 11.
Devon, you require 116.
Fast becoming a candidate for match of the weekend, this one. This will take some beating. Fast becoming candidate for fight back of the weekend as well. Nico Kurtz might have something to say about that, given what he did yesterday. 90. Petersen double 18, no, but he will return.
Well, the crowd have not booed or anything.
And that's great to see, because
absolutely
they're a knowledgeable crowd, actually, despite everything that happened in the hot white game here in Hildesheim. They really are a knowledgeable crowd, and they really appreciate what's happening in front of them. And what they're seeing is a terrific fight back by Devon Petersen, and a terrific game of darts, and a terrific battle of wills, and a psychological battle now for Gerwyn Price in particular.
Whenever these guys play next, yes, I'm doing that gif from Twitter. Take my money.
100.
Price with the throw, and he only started with 59. A ton for Petersen in reply. Gerwyn could do with one more of those.
100.
And there's the reaction.
Gezi cannot leave a finish from his position. Petersen is roaring.
It is absolutely relentless now. I mean, Petersen could break the 10 180s on his own. Well, actually he won't, but Gerwyn Price might give him a helping hand.
Can we make this best of 21, please?
85.
Oh no. That was a bad last dart. Now Price is in range.
Yeah, it's not quite a major derailment, but
Oh, he's missed the 25.
He's missed the 25
Devon, you
anyway,
require
and that could make all the
136.
difference.
Well, Petersen can't miss here if he wants the match here. Does Price get a shot at tops?
He's left himself at double 18 as
Devon, you
well.
require 105.
Can he break his heart again? That's the 5.
There's the juggling act again. No time for party tricks now, Gerwyn.
60 tops. It's in the hands of Petersen again.
45.
It was 3 at tops that he missed for the title at the Autumn Series. It's 3 at a different double this time to get through to Sunday.
2 darts in hand. The agony continues.
Good.
Devon Petersen lets out a giant roar of an African warrior.